So we were talking about us as kids and your recollection of that. As younger kids, now living at English Street, as older kids going to Waverley, what do you have any favourite memories or any stories from that time?
I don't know. You know, I really.
Any proud moments?
Perhaps.
Buff in the first 15 maybe?
Oh well, yes. I mean that was an achievement.
Mm.
But oh, you know, yeah.
Any happy moments? Any family trips that you remember fondly?
Family trips. Would you remember?
Yeah, well, I remember the trips up to Brisbane to stay with Judy and the cousins.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean,
I remember
we'd put the P76 on the train, wouldn't we, and drive up.
We had an annual ski trip, an annual Jervis Bay trip. They were great fun.
Mm. I mean, they're certainly memorable, but you know, what stands out more about one more than another, I don't know.
So at this stage of your life, did you have any hobbies outside of work?
No.
Travel, reading,
Oh yeah.
gardening?
Yeah.
Okay, tick. Next.
Yeah, tick those. Yeah. Yeah.
So you travelled. You still travelled.
Well, yeah, we didn't start travelling until I don't know. I mean, let's see. When was the first overseas trip?
So you sort of, we all went through school, and then you and Mum started to do a little bit more travel again.
I sort of, you know, most of the travel I could easily remember anyway is to do with skiing.
Mm.
When we skied in America, you know.
Mm.
And then when we'd go to America, sometimes we'd sort of tack something on to the trip, you know. For example, one time we flew via Hawaii, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Another time we flew via Japan.
Mm.
Another time we did around the world by adding things on, you know. So you could fly to San Francisco or Los Angeles, and then providing you kept going ahead, you could have so many stops.
Mm.
And we did that, you know.
Mm. I remember one of the pieces of advice you gave me was to really see a city, you got to walk everywhere. And I've always taken that to be true.
Well, it is true, I think.
Mm.
I can't walk anymore. So I'm done for. So that's concerned.
You got the walking done before.
Yeah, well, that's right. For example, when you arrive in a city for the first time, I mean, just get out and walk, even locally. You know, it's because it's amazing how different every country is. travel. Well, I suppose we got involved with the ski crowd, didn't we? And so we got involved in skiing in Australia, in Perisher at Aurora. Initially, Mitty would sort of look after whoever was the, like, I don't know about you, whether you
I stayed with Mitty.
used it while we
Few
went skiing.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it happened then,
Mm.
you know, because I can remember distinctly Buffy staying with Mitty. I can remember him coming home and with all these little toys. And I don't know what Tiernan used to do. I think he'd go and bloody stay with the Yates, did he?
No.
God only knows what he got up to in those days.
Mm.
But
Well, I think it's been a long session, Dad. We might try and just wrap it up.
yep.
A few final questions. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
The what?
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, sorry. Well, I suppose the important thing is always to be honest.
Mm.
Honesty is be the. But giving myself the piece of advice. In order to change what I've done, I don't know. I don't regret things.
Mm.
I don't sort of say, oh, you know, I should have done this or
Yeah.
that. If I had to advise somebody else, if I had to advise you, or you know,
Yeah,
so,
I think that's the intention of the question.
yeah, it would be more be honest.
Be honest.
Mm.
What would you say you're most proud of in life? Professionally or as a family man?
I don't dwell on pride,
Mm.
so I don't know. What am I proud of? Ah. Oh yeah, I suppose, look, I'm always happy that I ended up working at St George Hospital. I suppose I am proud of that.
Mm.
And to this day, you know, I can sort of walk around Cogra and somebody will say, oh, how are you, doctor, you know?
Mm.
And that does mean something to me.
Mm.
Ego comes into it. And
I get the feeling you kind of dislike that.
what?
Having ego.
I don't admire people with ego, no.
Mm.
You know, who are dominated by ego. I don't
Mm.
admire them.
Mm. So
So
you strive
I'd be
to.
wary of it in myself.
Yeah,
But it's there.
it's in all of us.
Mm.
What do you hope people will remember about you?
I suppose that I was good humoured.
Yeah.
That'd be it. So, you know, to nowadays, what do? You know, I have I go out with a group of friends I go to the motorboat club, you know, have a few drinks, a few laughs. I go out to the Rocks with a group that I used to ski with, and it's more to do with humour there. Guinness and humour.
Guinness and humour.
Mm.
It's a good combination. It's the Irish heritage ringing
Not
true.
really. I think anybody can come at Guinness. You don't have to be Irish for that.
Doesn't hurt.
I don't think it.
They do have an affection for the drink, that's for sure.
Well, they do, but so do a lot of others. You know. So do the Scots.
Mm.
I suppose. I mean, the Scots had a whiskey and a beer chaser.
Mm.
That was their unique sort of drink compared to others. That's what I forgot what they called it.
Mm. So if we're about to wrap up, Dad, is there any other stories that you want to tell before we do?
No, I'm done.
You're done.
I'm
I think you were done half an hour ago. Alright, thanks for that, Dad.
Okay. Well, you made me think about it, and I'll sort of